Hey everyone, Script Soup here. Like many of you, I just got back from James Gunn's Superman, and I thought it was pretty great. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but it was a ton of fun, and they got the character of Superman just right. But then I started thinking, how did this work? How'd they pull off the trick of getting us to care about a Superman we'd never seen before, a relationship where we skipped the whole courting phase, and a rivalry that we still don't fully understand? And that led me to two other examples of movies that definitely pulled off this trick: The Batman and Spider-Man Homecoming. I call these three movies non-origin movies, because they skip the superhero's classical origin, but they still act as our introduction to their character. And I think this is a trend we're going to see a lot more of, given the demand for IP-based blockbusters and the audience's growing frustration with the same old, same old. So let's analyze what makes these movies successful, because whatever your opinion is, they're critically and commercially successful, so that when the studios come knocking on your door for the next non-origin movie, you know just how to pull it off. Also, spoiler warnings for all three of these.
Step 1. Establish your base reality.
Anytime you start writing a movie, you get the opportunity to establish what is normal and what isn't normal. That's your base reality. It can vary from a one-to-one recreation of our regular world to an alternate history where cowboys and aliens have been at war for 500 years. Why I'm pointing this out is because a typical origin movie, let's say Iron Man, will normally establish its base reality as much closer to our real world. The only superhero in this movie is Iron Man. What kicks off the story is him becoming Iron Man, and the villain is just someone trying to also be Iron Man. Now let's compare that to our non-origin movies. Spider-Man Homecoming opens with the airport fight from Civil War, showcasing a ton of heroes. Superman establishes the existence of other heroes via text, and the Batman starts with a masked supervillain at work, the exact kind of thing that would necessitate the Batman's existence. Now, why is this important? Because in a movie, you only get one inciting incident, or you could even say one departure from base reality. For example, in E.T., aliens leave E.T. behind on the planet Earth. That's the departure. Now, if halfway through the movie we found out Elliot's neighbor was a vampire, that would be terrible, because we only get the one weird thing, the one departure. By establishing our base reality as being full of heroes and villains, we know that our hero's mere existence isn't the departure. So we keep our eyes and ears open for the first weird thing to pop up, and it feels much cleaner when it does.
Step 2. Strong character introduction.
Another thing these movies have in common is very strong character introductions. In origin movies, you don't have to do this. Obviously, characters like Tony Stark are well established, but someone like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is a little more of a blank slate. And that's okay, because we're all there to see an ordinary guy become Spider-Man. Now, compare that to Homecoming, where we have Spider-Man introduced through a montage. We see a ton of his attempts at heroics, from stopping a bike thief to giving directions to doing a backflip just to show off. It very clearly shows his inexperience and the low-stakes nature of everything he's up to. We'll get back to that later. The introduction scene for Superman isn't actually one where he's in costume, it's his interview with Lois Lane. In what I consider an example of really efficient screenwriting, we establish both the Clark Kent and Superman personas, spell out his entire worldview, learn about his history with Lois Lane, and get key backstory to points in the movie. But my favorite character introduction in any superhero movie is from the Batman. It's a long monologue over a montage that shows his effect on the city since becoming Batman, his skills at being Batman, and his dedication to vengeance. It's very cool. Now compare it to the intro scene from, let's say, Batman Begins. That is a kid getting attacked by bats. I hope I've made my point. There's more automatic buy-in in an origin movie, so you really gotta sell the audience on your hero in a non-origin movie.
Step 3. Create a compelling arc.
Character arcs in origin movies are simple. The protagonist is not a superhero, then they become a superhero. Now, the main risk of doing a non-origin movie is that the arc isn't clear. If you show just a day in the life of your hero, they might not even have a character arc. And if they don't have an arc, then your movie won't be satisfying. So, we need to invent one. But luckily, all three of these movies have something in common. Since the movies start with the characters already superheroing, we can't change that. But we can change why they're superheroing. In Homecoming, Peter Parker doesn't want to just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, he wants to be an Avenger. He wants to impress Tony Stark. But after stumbling onto the Vulture's plans and having his loved ones threatened, he realizes that someone should be looking out for the little guy, so he turns down joining the Avengers. Yay, character arc! In Superman, we see the message Clark's Kryptonian parents left for him, telling him to do good deeds and protect the people of Earth. It's his reason for doing what he does. Later, it's revealed that his parents actually intended for him to conquer the Earth. The public turns against him, and when Superman undergoes a personal crisis. He must find a new why for being Superman, and he does so in the form of his human parents, Ma and Pa Kent, who he realizes were the actual reason he was Superman all along. And finally, in The Batman, Bruce is sworn to a mission of vengeance, but after realizing that his own violent actions inspired the Riddler's killing spree and near destruction of the city, Batman realizes he must be more than that. His why changes from vengeance to hope. The Batman becomes a symbol of hope. So, if you're faced with writing a non-origin movie and are struggling to come up with a character arc, try attacking the why. And while you're at it, have a strong character introduction and a well-established base reality full of other heroes and villains. I hope you found this video fun and informative. What other movies do you think count as non-origin movies? Leave them down in the comments. I, for one, think the first Indiana Jones qualifies, but that's neither here nor there. And remember to subscribe for more soupservations, plus the rest of the Screenwriting Simplified series, which will help you write a feature-length screenplay in 8 short videos. Love ya! See you next time.